Hello everybody, I wanted to wing this video, so I'm doing a live voiceover, so I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit more information on the Skyreach 5 Mini, which is a console case, the successor to the S4M, but we're up in the game. It's fully CNC'd, well, mostly fully CNC'd. It is a thing of beauty, and I want to show you the surface finish today. I'm going to wear gloves, not because I'm cringe or anything, but because I don't want to bias the colors. And speaking of colors, I want to give a really accurate view of what this actually looks like. So if you have the ability in the software to use an X-Rite color checker to confirm these photos, I did white balance and use the color checker to get the camera set up perfectly as best I could, but just for your own reference, this is the black, and it is gorgeous. It's not too shiny, which I can't stand with black anodized parts, but it's also not so matte that it's like chalkboard. It's like good mix in between. It's quite smooth to the touch, but still it's jet black. It's a real deep, true black with no extra purple or blue in it, which is sometimes something that you get with anodizing. But we're using a tier 1 or A+ tier manufacturer that I can't name, but these guys know what they're doing. They're the best of the best of the best, and this is just a gorgeous part. I guess I can't talk when I'm not picking something up. Okay, that's weird. This is the silver. It's reflecting a lot more light, and I do have a soft diffuser on my lens, so it's going to give it a little bit of a halo, so I apologize for that now that I'm looking at it, but you can see that it's an extremely fine sandblast finish. Some people call it a bead blast finish, call it whatever you want. The point is that it's been treated with a very fine particulate, which gives it this gorgeous matte, on the border of satin finish, with a very nice pure silver. A lot of anodization processes after you do a clear, it kind of can yellow a little bit, which is really hard to tell, but I'm using extremely pure lighting under really good color camera calibration settings, and you can see that it's just a really lovely silver. It's not have any massive yellowing or anything like that. I'm really happy with it. I would definitely, it's not as good as like maybe an Apple Mac Mini, but it is it's buttoned up against that. It's topping out some of the other manufacturers that we see for laptops out there that use this finish. Really happy with it. Silver is my favorite, my baby, and we're get to launch with black and silver this time because of the size of the project. This is something I'm super excited about. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more later, but this is an anodized gray. Now, you might say, oh, that's kind of cool. No big deal though, but gray is almost impossible to do. In fact, this gray right here has a 10% chance of success. So that means we have to throw out 10 cases for every gray that we do. And they have to go back and be stripped and turned into black because you can't anodize them as silver really again afterwards. But it's just this beautiful, true charcoal gray. You can see it next to this black here. It's stunning. But anyways, I'm bringing this up. It's not something that I actually have on the website for pre-order, but we want to do a special edition. I think this would look amazing paired with carbon fiber 2D panels. So if you want to see that happen, make sure that you sign up and let us know if you'd be down for a special edition run, because we can't do them as a main batch. Again, you can see the black that next to this beautiful gunmetal / charcoal color. Oh, it's really cool. It's gorgeous, but yeah, I'm a silver kind of guy. I just think it looks so good with so many different kinds of bezels that you can do. All right, so this is just a gray anodized part. This is usually what you get when you order a gunmetal gray part that's been anodized. And right now you can kind of see, because it's contrasting against the background, it's more purple or blue. Now, if I didn't have this here, I just showed it to you on camera, you would probably think that it was gray. But because it's next to this actually gray part, You can see that it looks kind of purple, but that just shows you that this is something truly special. And here I'm going to show it next to the color checker again, so you can kind of see. Now if I cover up the background, you can kind of see how that your brain turns it into a gray. But next to the real gray, it's not gray. But all right, so here are the front pieces, and this has changed. It's now far improved, and it's closer to my vision, which I might talk about later. But I do want to talk about one thing that's really important, and that's the price. So we are going to be selling these for $175 with a PCI 4.0 riser. And we'll be under $200 with a PCI 5.0 riser. So I don't know if you're as shocked to hear that as I am. If I were to get these machined and finished like this in the United States, do a one-off, these prototypes would be probably $6,000 each. But I'm just stunned. I don't really have anything to say about it. The reason that we're going to be able to do this, you can see here a little bit of marking. I've been using these in some prototypes in my office. The reason I'm able to do this is because I'm partnering with a company that partners with other companies to get on the lines of incredibly prestigious manufacturing lines, and we need to have incredible volume. So for the first time ever, I am asking you guys to sign up on the mailing list to be notified if you're interested in this case and you would like to purchase it. Usually, all in the past, I have never, ever taken money before having a product in hand. I've never asked for any kind of pre-order or anything like that. And there's good things to that, right? It means that I build trust up with my customers, and I build trust up with myself that I can get enough experience to know all the problems that could occur in manufacturing to delay an order. But the downsides are that meant that I had to do really small runs because it's really hard to get private funding in order to make a computer case run of high quality. And this is absolutely insane quality, so we need to have crazy volume. So if this case interests you, please let us know. Right now I'm showing you the rear chunky CNC bezel, and you can see that it's taking the ingenious swappable inner bezel system that was pioneered in the Skyreach 4 Tiny. This allows you to have your own custom I/O, whether you be a system integrator that's trying to build really beautiful machines that have the backplate all machine for every single port on your system, or you have weird parts that normally wouldn't fit there, or you want to do some kind of water cooling design, like stack radiators in the top GPU bay and do a sandwich block. That's the reason for the swappable rear I/O. And the front bezel as well will also allow this feature. I know it didn't look like that earlier, but it's going to have that bezel. We're going to also change the power switch. So my beautiful power switch will be an option you can put in the front if you want. It'll just come with a normal power switch. And in the rear, we're going to have a C14 inlet. So no worries there. These are the GPU cross brace, another big, giant, beefy machined part. And the PCIe riser fits on top of these. So this not only supports the GPU, it also looks insane with Founders Edition cards because the cooler actually sits on top of it. So it kind of fills it out, makes it look stunning. So to kind of reiterate, I mean, you probably could put two and two together, or one and one together. Okay, so it supports 3-slot GPUs that are up to the Founders Edition in length. So we have test fit a 4080 Super, which is one of the most popular Founders Edition cards ever made, a 5090 and a 4090. And the reason I'm not really showing you that right now is because I can't afford an actual 4090 or anything like that. So I'm borrowing a cooler from Eric, and then I can use that to take the photos for you guys. I'm not showing you the sheet metal parts that are powder coated, except this mesh side panel. But Mesh doesn't really do it justice, because when you think mesh, when I think mesh, it's generally that really thin steel stuff they put as trim on computer case intakes that bends if you look at it weird. This is like plate, and it's made in a really interesting way. I want to have the engineer talk about it a little bit later, but it starts off as this super thick plate that's smushed down with huge rollers to get to be this thin, and so it has the mass of a thick plate, but it can be really flat and not warp or bend and be really strong. It's really cool. I'm also surprised how unrestrictive it is as well. I mean, it really does pass through a lot of air. So I know this is the world's laziest hype reel, but oh my gosh, I am so tired. You know, I am working with people that are far overseas. The whole team is in a different location, not getting a lot of sleep, working around the clock to get my projects done so I can spend more time focusing on the launch of this incredible product that I'm so grateful to be a part of. But I did want to cover the basics, which is it's coming very soon. Very soon. We need to know certain things like how many people are going to buy at launch so we can actually get a special edition case. I really want to do that true gray and carbon fiber. What else? The price tag is $175. With a PCI 4.0 riser, so the least inexpensive Mini ever, but also the highest quality Mini ever. We're doing that through volume, tier 1 manufacturing, and also just you're getting the case. This is what you are. This is called a loss leader strategy. You know, we're hoping that you're going to get this case, you're going to love this case, and then you're going to want to buy all the accessories, optional accessories that we have planned, and also do system builds, because I want to actually start that up. I want to do system builds in this for people that maybe don't want to put together their own computer case. So that's the strategy. That's the goal. Really, thank you so much for letting me do this and for sitting through a video like this. I am so tired. I am so tired. But I hope that you're as excited without promising this is looking so far, and hopefully to have an actual showcase of what it looks like with parts in it next week. Yeah, it could be that soon. All right, I'm going to go get some sleep, so peace.